Hey everyone, Zero JD here with the XBLA Fans channel. I'm here to give you a quick taste of Yonder, the Cloudcatcher Chronicles. This is very much a exploration, do quests, go from here to there, kind of see what's in the world kind of game with very, very, very light, farming aspect to it. I have one little farm, which I have this game's version of like a buffalo and a plot of seeds and a tree, and that's about it. I don't know what those things are. They're crazy. But so far, the story has been that I was sent away from my home when I was young to avoid this terrible calamity. I come back, and this stuff called the Murk is overtaking the place. So I'm going to try to repair a what's it called here? The Cloudcatcher, which is essentially the thing that keeps the spirit world and this world from combining, or the scar or whatever. It's essentially the reason it's gone is that's what's causing the Murk to come out. It's a weird story. First off, if you're gonna play this game, I highly suggest that you turn bloom off, because if you don't, I'm gonna show this up. This is my celestial compass. It's like, hey, that's kind of bright, right? But if you go and turn on bloom, turn it all the way up, and then hit this, it is insane. But right now, right next to me, this is my character. I have glasses and I have a steampunk jacket. A lot of this game is, first off, there is actually no combat whatsoever, and the only fail state that I have seen is me falling into the water and then it literally respawning you where you fall in the water. Next to me is a sprite. These guys are what are used to clear out the Murk. Each piece of Murk requires is essentially a roadblock, and it requires a different amount of these sprites, to clear them out, which is essentially how they kind of gate your progress. There have been areas where I couldn't access them because I had to go and find more of these sprites, which was a little annoying. So right now, I need to go into this area and find Celestial Ore to repair some cogs for the Cloudcatcher, so that's what we're going to do here. So I've unlocked this. It's going to open slowly. And this area is supposed to be spooky or scary or whatever. So far, very little of this game has been spooky or scary. As you can see in the top left, that's actually my equipment bar. I'm going to switch over to my hammer. Bottom left is my mini-map. As you can see, there's a mini-map, and then there is a circle, which is where stuff is going to be while I'm searching. As you can see also, these are the different areas, and they have this kind of happiness related to them, and let me get out of here because that mooing's annoying. The happiness affects how much your farm can produce, and you're not getting money, you're actually getting items from that farm, and you're trading them for other items. Let me run over here and show this quickly. So there is no actual currency in the game. It's like, hey, this item is worth, hey, this stone arch is worth $108 or whatever. So if I want one of these, I need to provide compensation for that much stuff, which isn't too terribly hard. But hey, in some areas, stuff is worth more and all that kind of stuff. Very basic trading stuff. But the farming and money aspect is not deep whatsoever. There is crafting. You learn more crafting recipes by joining guilds and stuff. But again, very, very simple quests of, hey, go get this item, or I will give you the required items to make this stuff, make it, prove it to me, and hand it over. It's all insanely simple. So here, I can make these kellum seeds, and I just hit A, and I've crafted them because I have the items in my mess of a backpack over here. My biggest gripe with this game is that most of everything is essentially a quest to go somewhere, get something, and bring it back. Most of the time, you don't even have to go that far. Or there is these long stretches of area where you're just running in this open world, and it's kind of boring going from point A to point B. But anyways, I'm going to just show you what essentially the gameplay is. Going through these different areas, collecting items, and then fulfilling the requirements. But like I said before, there is no combat, and you might notice that a lot of these sounds loop. That's fairly common for indoor areas. Oh, it's just him not being quiet. What are you doing down here, buddy? No. Mm-hmm. So what am I doing? Oh, let's see. What am I doing? I gotta get rid of the ghost. All right, sure, whatever. So that's this what I need. So let's go find out what this wailing is. Yeah, some of the sounds have been really annoying. Oh, it's one of the sprites. So now I'm gonna take this. So that's the hardest some of these quests will be is go talk to this person, give them something, and that finishes the quest. At least he shut up. So now I'm gonna take that. So I don't even need my hammer for this area, so I'm just gonna sort away. There's fishing, there's mining. Mining is this essentially just reusable nodes. Actually, I do need my hammer to whammer this. Bam! Each area has like a thing of like, hey, there's these cute little cats you need to save, and they cry when you're nearby. You pick them up, and it's like, you've collected 7 of these, there's 8 more, kind of thing, and it's kind of cute because they are cute. One of my weirdness about this is if you cut down a tree, like there are like 300 trees, like not 300, like 120 trees here. You cut one down, so there's now 15 empty plots of land, so you need to refill that. So this looks like I need to, got it. And that's essentially what the game is. Collecting goodies, crafting stuff, doing a little fishing, and 99% of the time running around doing a quest for someone else. One of my annoyances is that if you flag something on the map to go to it, like, hey, I want to go here. The issue with that is it's going to make a straight line. So even if it's a unpassable mountain, you are going to have to, it's going to do a straight line through that mountain, which is confusing at times. But let's switch my quest back to, God, it's so bright. Celestial Ore. Some of the areas are also a little confusing to get around in, but nothing terrible. I got a mustache. Googly eyeglasses, and there's a lot of like customization items and stuff like that. Pineapple hat. But this would probably be a fun game for a child or someone young. But the amount of running around and repetition actually is a little boring for me at least. All right, so I ran down there quickly to shut that thing up. So I need one more. So I need to kind of explore the area, I guess, to try and find it. If we can't find it, I will just go show you the simple farming and stuff like that. But like I said earlier, I've learned to make like tinkerer stuff. Like, hey, I can make these machine parts, and then later on I can make this spinning wheel, which I'll get fluff from probably sheep and stuff. And I think I can probably place that on my farmstead, or if I get like all these pieces, I can create this thing, put the milk from the buffalo creature things, and that will spit that out. So it's a very light Harvest Moon kind of game. But if you want something that's like very Harvest Moony, you want Stardew Valley. But there's also a lot of like, hey, just kind of going from here to there with long breaks of very, very little happening in between. All right, now I got everything. What is neat is that if you can see in the top right, it shows like, hey, deliver to so-and-so. There's a little marker that shows exactly where they are. That points to them, and I think that is neat. But this one of the things that got to me is like, listen to the running, and the running sound is like the same looping sound over and over again. Oh, that's what groffles. That's what they're called.
Oh.
So, I have to wait 3 nights. But whatever. So if I wanted to, I could feed this guy stuff. If I brought him back to my farm, he could join me. But I'm going to warp to my farm real quick. This is the only real fast travel that I have found. And the issue is I only have my 1 farm right now. So it's just going to take me directly to that 1 farm. But we're going to go check it out so I can show it to you. This game does load fast. And I'm here. So this is my farm. Let's see right now. I'm gonna clean up this poop. So there's a Groffle I captured. Or brought on over. He provides Groffle milk. And then of course over here I have a few things growing. Can I plant anything right now? No. But like I go over here, like, oh hey, I got these little things growing. So I can go and trade those in for stuff and whatever. Clean up this poop. If I wanted to, I could go and hire farmhands. Most of it is like, hey, you need to give them this stuff. And this is all used for like trading, and that's about it. If I wanted to go like earlier, I had a quest from this guy here to go all the way over here and catch a fish. Or not, I'm sorry, all the way over here. No. All the way here to catch a fish. Or I could just be like, hey, do you want to trade for that fish? Actually, let's go right here and I'll show you how the Murk works. I just don't like the aspect of having to like aimlessly wander around. Like my first area that I needed to get to required 2 sprites, and I couldn't get to it because I had 1 sprite. And they didn't really give an indication of you need to go, like the find sprites are usually hidden in the world where with a sparkly thing around them or a simple puzzle. And you have to, oh, the first biome is happy. And you have to go and do whatever to free them. Black shampoo. Where is he? Do you hear that? There he is. I got him. So what I'm going to do here is... my farm, I think, is right up here. Yes, so we're going to mark that. But first we're going to feed this guy over here. And he should follow me if I give him some goodies. Come on, you. And then I think he'll be adopted onto my farm and he'll give me stuff. I think the game looks fine, but like I said before, the bloom is 9 levels of insanity. Oh, he doesn't want to keep following me. But that's how I got my first Groffle, is I gave him food and he followed me over here, and now he gives me stuff. It made mention of like giving them food and stuff, but I kind of just threw this thing down here and it was fine. But that's essentially what you're doing. You're running around doing tons and tons of fetch quests. This seems like very much a exploration kind of game, but like the distances between stuff is a bit much. But if you like adventure games and you kind of want to just explore the world and see stuff, I would recommend this for you. But again, there's no combat, there's no death states or fail states or anything like that. When you jump off of high stuff, he throws out a umbrella, which is very Mary Poppins. But this is Yonder, the Cloud Catcher Chronicles. Thank you very much for joining me. I am Zero Jetty. This is the XBLA Fans channel. Let me show you the fishing thing, though. So I move stuff around with the left stick, and then fish will kind of appear. There's one. Get it in front of him, and then you kind of just... you're pointing towards where that arrow is, and it's really fun. It's nice. I like this fishing mechanic. And now I have a fish. And then I can sell that, whatever. But I am Zero Jetty. This is the XBLA Fans channel. Thank you very much for joining me. Check out our other videos. Thank you, and have a nice day.